The infiltration of gang culture from Trinidad into St. Lucia has given rise to rival factions, ominously branding themselves as 6 and 7. These youth-driven gangs, comprising mainly teens and young men in their early 20s, have carved out turfs and territories, unleashing waves of violence, including the rowdy Chaussee Road Brawl of 2024. Amid the growing tensions and the specter of further bloodshed, community elders have stepped forward, working to defuse hostilities and prevent the situation from spiraling into uncharted and potentially devastating territory.
They have around 10 or 12 youths that cannot go to school because guys waiting for them on the bus stand armed with weapons. And today, as we speak today, 4 went to school. 2 from Sisewa, 2 from Bokash went to school. And the others who drop out, we're going to put them back in care school. I want to say again, bravo to the MP of Central Castries who came on board with us so we'll be able to get some financial help. I'll be looking for all the time.
Some community members are optimistic that the efforts of Strive International will offer a glimmer of hope for restoring peace before the conflict deepens further.
If they have any children that victimized with the 6 and 7 and afraid to go to school, they could get in touch with Miss Foster at the Cicero Secondary School, and then we can see what we can do for them to ensure that they go back to school.
On Saturday, January 11th, the group orchestrated a pivotal meeting, bringing together rival factions for a peaceful sit-down. The dialogue provided a platform for open communication with young men, urged to prioritize unity over division. Castries Central MP Richard Frederick attended the event, pledging his full support for the initiative and its mission to foster peace within the community.
And Andre and all of them, Nupi, Roksha, Chiba, Ricky Wally, they actually spoke to the young men. The young men sat and listened. Men that belong to rival gangs, they listened, and together we are on the court. And I want to make this pledge publicly. I want the same men that brought them together to think of any program. I don't care of the cost. Think of a program that will benefit the young men, and Richard Frederick will ensure that it's funded, because we want our youth to go forward. We don't want them going backward. Whatever it is that they can come under one umbrella with, under an umbrella of unity, peace, and on a trajectory of development, sports, whatever it is, Richard Frederick will fund it.
Hospital, cemetery, or jail?
I want you to apologize to your mother.
You always tell me sorry.
Give your mother.
Tell me sorry.
Stop that, guy. Say your mother is the best thing in the world.
So far, the group claims to have received a donation from a well-known businessman, a building to serve as their new headquarters and training facility.
Desktops, if government have desktops not using, it's still working, you give it to us. Laptops, give it to us. You understand? If you have any, we want to go to Beachcomber. If you have any vehicles they're using, you can give it to us. We have in the building. We teach you use auto mechanics. We need somebody are doing refrigeration, AC. Because we want to do the AC there. Help them in the AC and different things.
Because really and truly, not for the youths, the age to go back to school is not good. So they can't go back to school because they passed the age of school time and them could learn something. So if they could learn it on the side, it's better for us.
The organization remains hopeful that more corporate entities will come on board to offer financial assistance, ensuring that Strive International can continue its vital work in crime prevention, community support, and fostering long-term positive change. Lucia Alfred, HTS News Force.